Back in 2022, we reviewed Dying Light 2 Stay Human after a bunch of you recommended it. We never played the original, still haven't, but the idea of sprinting across rooftops and drop-kicking zombies with my dude sounded pretty sick, so we gave it a shot. Ultimately, Dying Light 2 did not meet our expectations. While the open world was a blast, the lack of full shared progression, the bloated runtime, the lackluster boss fights, and that terrible finale left us practically begging for the credits to roll. But here's the thing, we still saw a ton of potential in Dying Light, especially as a co-op game. So when Techland revealed Dying Light the Beast, a new entry with full shared progression, a tighter runtime, and what looked like genuinely killer boss fights, it felt like this could be it. This could be the game that finally realizes the untapped potential of the franchise. And that's what we're here to talk about today. Has Dying Light the Beast learned all the right lessons, and is it worth playing with your best friends? Let's get into it.
Damn, dude, that is wild.
That is actually wild. Get out here.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. That was sick,
That
bro.
was awesome clip.
Jumping into ease of play, this latest entry avoids most of the previous game's pitfalls when it comes to actually getting into co-op. Similar to the last game, in order to team up with a friend, you first need to complete the Safe Haven story quest individually. That took us around 30 to 45 minutes. Once you're done there, you'll be able to set up a lobby via the co-op menu with a straightforward invite system. The game will notify you that you can now play co-op while also giving you a handy explanation as to how it treats shared progression. Unlike the previous game, the Beast supports full shared progression. So long as both players are in the same point of the story, you'll see that green icon in a story quest letting you know progress will be shared. This applies to everything you do out in the world together too, be it side quests or unlocking save zones. The game currently doesn't support crossplay or cross saves. That said, unlike the rocky launch of the previous title, the Beast ran fairly smoothly for us on PS5 with zero bugs encountered. With the setup out of the way though, let's dive into the gameplay loop.
Oh shit.
Watch this, bro. Watch this.
Oh
Okay,
shit.
ready? Fire!
Let's go.
Nice. That's co-op, bro.
That's right.
Oh.
Dying Light the Beast puts players back in the boots of Kyle Crane, the protagonist from the first game. Once again, Kyle's been captured, and we catch up with him after he's been experimented on for 13 years. This man truly cannot catch a break. The opening sees you break out of containment and swear revenge on the Baron who put you through hell. To do that, you'll need allies, which naturally means traversing the new region of Castor Woods, meeting people, solving their problems, and killing a whole lot of zombies. And not just regular zombies, you'll also face chimeras. These super zombies are the Baron's twisted pet projects, each with their own special abilities. Kyle can stand toe-to-toe with these monstrosities because he's become a bit of a monster himself, able to Hulk out and go full beast mode. Your main drive throughout the story is tracking down these chimeras and powering up enough to finally take on the Baron. Most story missions boil down to climbing, light puzzle solving, some stealths, clearing out hordes, and ultimately facing a chimera in a boss fight. Mainlining the campaign will take around 16 hours, though Castor Woods is packed with convoys and dark zones to loot and safe zones to secure too. It's smaller than Villador from the last game, but there's enough distractions that we often found ourselves unlocking a quick safe zone on the way to our next objective. You'll traverse most of the map on foot, but reaching the outskirts is way more fun once you hop into a vehicle, easily one of the best additions. Running over zombies and cruising around the scenic woods with my dude never got old. The rest of the gameplay will feel familiar if you play Stay Human. Outside of the additions of guns, which were later added to Stay Human in a DLC, melee combat is still satisfying, the armor system has been streamlined, and you now have 3 smaller skill trees to invest in plus a separate beast tree. Crafting remains pretty much the same with the ability to mod or upgrade weapons and finding new blueprints for items. The fundamentals haven't changed much, but the beast refines the right parts of this formula, so let's talk about how this all plays out in co-op.
Jump and then double X.
That's right, okay.
Like this.
Like this?
Two of our biggest disappointments with Dying Light 2 were the boss fights and overall quest design. Human bosses were total pushovers you could corner and melt in minutes, and while the bigger volatile bosses were better, their movesets were still pretty basic. I'm happy to say the Beast delivers some genuinely hype boss encounters that encourage teamwork. The larger chimeras have sweeping attacks you need to actively dodge, and will also hurl debris at you from across the arena if you try to keep your distance. We often called out attacks, swapped aggro, and timed our beast modes to keep the pressure up. They'll even summon zombies mid-fight, forcing you to think on the fly and have one player take on the adds while the other keeps the boss occupied. Other chimeras lean into mobility and trickier abilities. The Matriarch fight, for example, takes place in an eerie dim arena where she darts in and out of hiding like some sort of ninja zombie. You have to rely on a sound meter to track her position, forcing constant communication and quick reactions. This was a really fun and tense battle that ended in a totally brutal finish.
Oh, get back here. Oh, baby. Oh,
my
jeez.
God.
Oh.
This is ugly.
I gotta blur this. I gotta blur this in the review. We can't show that, bro.
That was crazy.
Ooh, that was awesome. What a great end to that.
Outside of boss fights, regular encounters feel familiar but still entertaining. Most of the zombie types from the previous game's return was the addition of a new vomit-spewing zombie called a spitter. We often split up to eliminate the more dangerous threats like the spitters or exploding hazmat zombies. On to quest design, this is another big improvement from Stay Human. The majority of quests feel like they're actually pushing the story forward this time around with a lot less filler content. Objectives deliver more variety, making the campaign feel far more engaging. Co-op also makes many tasks smoother, where you might have had to juggle multiple items or interactions solo. Splitting responsibilities between two players feels far more fluid. We especially enjoyed these stealth segments where we can synchronize takedowns like this.
Here, wait, let's
Wait,
see.
I go right, you go left.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, yeah.
That was nice. That was nice.
That's clean.
Andrew even unlocked a camouflage ability later on, dressing himself in zombie guts, allowing him to take down the more vigilant zombies. In this way, the three small skill trees leave room for a tiny bit of build variety, with Andrew unlocking new weapons like a flamethrower, while my skill tree leaned more towards new melee abilities like a whirlwind spin. Though I wish the skill trees went further than that, but more on that in a bit. And yes, I know I already mentioned this, but shared progression is honestly huge for this game. We both dug into some side content on our own time, which helped us level up and meet the suggested level of upcoming main story quests. Having that level of freedom in an open world co-op game is awesome, and we're glad they actually delivered on that. The game even rewards you with a co-op loot pack after each story mission completed with a friend, a small but appreciated bonus. And while the co-op is more fun and more accessible than ever, there's still plenty of room for this franchise to push cooperative play even further.
Ram him into something. Oh wow, that worked! That was awesome. That was
cool.
Hilarious.
One area where this franchise continues to stumble is build diversity in co-op. Stay Human at least attempted to move in the right direction by introducing armor classes like Tank, Ranger, or Medic. Outside of some minor stat tweaks though, those roles never felt meaningfully different to us, but it's a system that showed potential. The Beast abandons that system entirely instead of iterating on it, and that's a shame. We barely had to pay attention to the armor we equipped, and for most of the campaign we were both running identical pieces without much thought. In two-player co-op, investing in separate skill trees adds a slight sense of distinction between the two of you, but it doesn't go far enough. In a full 4-player group, 3 small skill trees just wouldn't cut it. I get that the game isn't built exclusively around co-op, but expanding the skill system wouldn't hurt. It might even give players a reason to chase more side content in solo or co-op just to fill out their trees. As it stands, you ultimately feel like you're playing the same character, which you literally are, but it would be exciting to see this franchise experiment with ways to make each player feel more distinct.
Oh my god. I'm doing it. I'm Tarzan. Holy. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude.
I wish I was experiencing this. I'm definitely not.
Wait, I gotta clip that. That was awesome.
To wrap this up, it's clear that Dying Light the Beast is a step in the right direction for the franchise. It learns the right lessons from its predecessors and finally delivers a co-op package you can enjoy as a friend without worrying about progression. The story pacing is much smoother this time around, with a few twists that actually landed and a finale that's surprisingly compelling. It's still firmly in B-movie territory when it comes to writing and humor, but even there we saw improvements, and I can't lie, some of Kyle's clapbacks were actually kind of funny. But even with better writing, pacing, co-op play, and boss design, I still couldn't shake the feeling that something's missing. The shift to a smaller countryside setting comes at the cost of one of Dying Light's signature features, the parkour gameplay. You still sprint across rooftops, but mostly when you're looping back to the downtown hub. The rest of the time, you're trekking through woods, caves, or cruising in your vehicle. That sense of flow, zipping from roof to roof, finding clever routes, and keeping momentum with your co-op partner, that was one of our favorite parts of Stay Human and is noticeably diminished here. The choice-driven mechanics from the previous game are also gone. While I understand that was central to that game's narrative, I wish this entry introduced something new. Outside of Beast Mode, the moment-to-moment gameplay isn't dramatically different from the previous games. Now, to be clear, I'll always take a lighter, leaner game that trims the fat and doubles down on what works. So when it comes to who this is for, it's obvious, but if you're a fan of the original Dying Light, or even found yourself enjoying parts of Stay Human, we can easily recommend this. And even if you haven't played either and you're looking for an open world co-op game, this one might do, especially if you're looking for a game that respects your time and won't overstay its welcome. If you're looking for something that's pushing the boundaries, so to speak, I don't think you'll find it here. Sure, combat, exploration, and story are competent across the board, just not particularly remarkable. Dying Light the Beast shows that Techland is moving in the right direction, but we're hoping Dying Light 3 brings bolder ideas to match that progress. There's plenty to build on here, it's just a matter of whether the series is ready to take that next big step. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. If you're new here, we cover all things co-op games, so if you want to stay in the know, make sure you subscribe and follow us on our socials. If you want to support us, check out our Patreon, where we give you first impressions of games via our Patreon exclusive series, Play and Banter. Thank you to those already supporting us there. We'll catch you next time on another episode of The Co-op Bros.